sense of what losing your home and your business in a storm could really do. I was looking at this aerial photo trying to discern what the neighborhoods were, because you couldn't tell. There was just destruction everywhere. And there in the middle of this destruction was 4 or 5 shipping containers that had survived the storm, floated into the city when it was flooded, and were completely unscathed. And I thought that would be a great place to start. You know, I arrived with a backpack and a newborn. So we started Guerrilla Design to design and build storm-resistant and earthquake-resistant homes and buildings. I got a 40-foot shipping container and I took a Sawzall and I cut it into 3 pieces, and then I welded it back together, and we began to do some structural analysis.
This garage actually came out of with my idea and Roy's mind and creativity and vision. We have 4 containers, 4 20-foot containers. They're laid side by side going this way, and boy, they're strong, they're easy to work with.
Built properly, the homes were anywhere from 10 to 16 times over code. You know, being able to handle 180 mile an hour plus winds. In a seismic event, being able to pull 2.5 Gs. We got some early footholds with the Aragon project at 1165 East Princeton. We put 5 kilowatts of solar on top of that, 9 solar thermal panels, all tied into a radiant heating in the floor system in the garage, as well as radiant snow melt, and tied into the swimming pool that we use as a geothermal heat sink.
I've really liked the idea of solar energy, solar electricity, and how much money it can save and how much power it generates, and then using the pool as a heat sink in the winter to melt snow.
Let's see if we can actually design it in such a way that we can make it completely solar and wind powered.
With the pool and the electricity and the house, it pays just over 66% of all the power I use. I also get more credit when I sell energy back or electricity back to the electric company. We sell excess back in April and May with the cooler temperatures and the longer days. Boy, I sell about I average 100 to 120 kilowatt hours back to the electric company.
Your average 40-foot high-cube shipping container weighs in about 9,260 pounds. Internationally regulated to carry 67,000 pounds of cargo. And 8 of its brothers and sisters all weighing in at 9,260 pounds, and all filled with 67,000 pounds of cargo, all on top of each other. So no, we don't really have snow load issues. That's built out of containers. This is a 3,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, completely solar and wind powered home. We're able to do that for around $80 to $120 a square foot. We're actually building Utah's very first net zero school, which is the Sago Lily School project. We have 100 solar panels up right now. It's generating 24 kilowatts of power. The building isn't there yet, so it's feeding power back to the grid and offsetting the power usage for 5 households. I really had a passion for disaster relief. When I began to see what was happening with the FEMA trailers and everyone getting sick, it doesn't make sense to put as a temporary structure in a storm zone something that can't withstand the next storm. To that, we created the disaster relief unit. We took a single 20-foot shipping container, 440 watts of solar. It's got 980 amp hours of battery, bioremediating toilet for on-site sewage treatment, hot and cold running water via on-demand hot water heater, 12-volt refrigerator freezer, induction cooktop uses magnetic waves to cook with, microwave convection oven so you can bake, broil, and microwave all in the same unit, a shower, it stores 42 gallons of fresh drinking water, and it has a water filtration system, because the first things compromised in a disaster are sewage and drinking water. And it has its own flexible solar panel that goes with it. This actually is a standalone turnkey unit, blankets, pots, pans, MREs, towels, sheets, the whole 9 yards. In a disaster, you can't send a stripped bare bone unit, because they don't have anything. They can't run down the street to the Walmart and get something else. There are tons of them here though. There are 35 million plus in the continental US. This is a solution for not just the green vision, but also folks who recognize that disaster happened. We were contacted by the country of Colombia recently after their floods. And they said 300, and then they said 3,000, and then they said 6,000. And so the scale of the thing is like, okay. So we're doing some growth. I am the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. I feel like I'm doing what I'm gifted at and giving back and making the world a better place. And I want to be a stand for green design and sustainability, and to just say, you know what, the buck stops right here. We don't have to wait 50 years to be able to live in solar-powered homes. It's not that far off. It's actually available right now, and that's why our motto is affordable and sustainable and now.